I'm Chloe Wyatt Taylor, media correspondent with Westlake Pro, and I'm here with Mr. Scott Gershin. Hi, Scott.
Hello, hello.
So what brings you out here tonight?
I'm actually presenting. I'm presenting at the awards, and it's exciting. I mean, it's great that there's an award that is paying homage to the people that do all the great work in sound, and I just think it's incredibly exciting.
And so now what brought you to the sound world that very first time?
You know, I was that weird little kid that made noises with my mouth all the time, and it just got to the point where music and sound, and I always loved films. So for me, it just became, how do I tell stories, and how do I use sound that I love to do to help tell stories? So I think it just kind of took me on a path, and I've never looked back since.
And so now you do a lot with films and big movies. How does that, if that differs from doing, say, music, because you've done that also, how does it differ?
You know, the definition of music is organized noise. And for me, when I look at all the things that sound brings to the game, whether it's dialogue, whether it's music, whether it's sound effects and Foley, how do you use sound as a tool to help enhance a story? And I don't know, I mean, my two favorite loves have always been movies and music. So when you do that, and I've got an 11-year-old son, and he'll go, Dad, I'm getting nervous, I'm scared, and we're all looking at it going, there's nothing, we don't see anything, what's the problem? It's the sound. So the sound is starting to give you the creeps. And it's great to be able to use sound and music in a way that makes you giggle, that makes you scared, that makes you wonder. And I don't know, I've always been into it. And even when I was doing music, just music, I always wanted a song to have like a story, a beginning and end. I want to take somebody somewhere in the music. And now that you've got visuals tied to it, it's the best of all worlds.
So what made you make, not the switch, because of course they're one and the same, but what made you want to start doing films?
I was doing records for quite some time. And then somebody asked me if I wanted, between it, actually start doing some cartoons. So I did Defenders of the Earth and Transformers and stuff like that when I was younger. And then moved on to Honey Shrunk the Kids and then all the Oliver Stone films. And it was just, it was great and going, wow. And my approach is very musical. So when I'm working with sound, it's not just here's sound effect, here's some dialogue, here's some music. But there's times where you might want to drop all the sound, go with music, or drop all the music and go with the sound and manipulate the dialogue in a way that's a little odd, like I did The Doors. And we manipulated the sound in a way that made people kind of go, that's kind of creepy. It's kind of a little weird. And there's so many tools and great little things. In some ways I feel like I'm an audio psychologist. And an audio photographer, I don't know. But basically the whole point is, how do you use sound in a way to create a reaction from an audience? And knowing when it's too much to rock a room and make it really, really intense, and then follow it by absolute silence. And there's also the art of silence. I did American Beauty. And that was all it's not what I could do, it was negative space. So at that point, with Sam, and how I envisioned it and I pitched him on it, it's like jazz. It's like subtlety. It's not about how much I can do or what kind of chops I have. It's about picking the right notes, picking the right moments, and just making the mix to it just subtle and really not be scared of silence. It's a very strong tool to use. So it's great. Every film is its own person, its own character, and wants to be born into this life unique. And that's what I love. And I feel fortunate that throughout my career, I've worked on such diverse projects that sometimes I don't feel that I'm repeating myself that much. And if I am, then I'm trying to find new ways to use the tools to tell a story, So,
Well, that is lovely. That is just beautiful, so beautiful. I want to say thank you so much for just Scott Gershin stopping by Westlake Pro. The
I'm gonna
store
record everything. It's a great walla. Just all the sounds here. There.
is your brain going wild right now?
Oh, I hear everything.
Yeah.
I hear conversations as I walk by, and I'm like, ooh, that's kind of cool. And, and then I figured we could take everybody and put them in Atmos, and move them around and pan them, so we can have people run around, and we get a human organic panning.
Oh my. You heard it here from Scott. I'm Chloe Wyatt Taylor.